Good morning, and first of all, I would like to say, you never know how much you're going to miss having a tripod until you don't have one anymore. So, today, you get handheld video, so it might be a little bit all over the place. I might move a lot, but there are, as of today, not when you're watching this, because I will upload this in a couple of days, but as of filming this, there are 50 days left of the year, which means I have 50 days left to reach my reading goal. I'm currently at 30 books read. My reading goal is 40 books this year, which means I have 10 books left to read in 50 days, which means I have 5 days per book that I still need to read by the end of the year if I'm going to reach my reading goal. So, I thought, together, of my very, very small collection of books now, we could pick the last 10 books I'm going to read this year. Whether or not I will actually stick to these is a good question, but I'm gonna try my best. I will only be picking 8 books today, technically though, because I am busy reading this book still. So that is the first book on my list that I still need to read before the end of the year. And then also there's another German book that is at my sister's house, which I would like to borrow from her, which I will also be adding to my list. So I'm only picking 8 books out of this stack, which is good because I think there's only 18 books here or something. And I don't know which I'm gonna read. First of all, I made a end of the year book tag, which I will link up here for you, a couple of months ago, maybe in September sometime. And in that tag, I listed some books that I want to read before the end of the year and some other things. So those books are going on my list de facto, as of right now. They are At Certain Points We Touch by Lauren John Joseph, The Dreamers by Karen Thompson Walker, My Year of Rest and Relaxation, and The Waiter by Matthias Faldbakken. So those 4 are already on my list. Now I only have to pick 4 more that I would like to read before the end of the year. I think I'm gonna have to put you down on the books because my arm is getting tired. So, you get an interesting angle, but I get to look at all my books. Underneath you, currently, are Tangerine by Christine Mangan and The Truth Must Dazzle Gradually by Helen Cullen. I don't think I'm going to read either of those before the end of the year, but let's see how I go with the rest of my book stack. And then I'll decide. So, what I have left is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, Black Butterflies by Ingrid Jonker, Brief Answers to the Big Questions by Stephen Hawking, The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge, Women Who Run with Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, Sweet Bitter by Stephanie Danler, which I've already read, so I won't be reading that one, A Bookshop in Algiers by Kauter Adimi, The Vagina Monologues by Eve Ensler, Letters of Notes on Cats. I have More Souls Than One by Fernando Pessoa, We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, which I've also already read, so I won't be reading that one. The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte, Orlando by Virginia Woolf, and A Novel of Zelda Fitzgerald by Therese and Fowler. Or was it Therese and Fowler? Anyway. So, immediately, I already want to read Z, A Novel of Zelda Fitzgerald. So that's going on my list. Now I only need to pick 3 more. Which 3 will it be? I think I'm going to... So far I only have fiction, because the Novel of Zelda Fitzgerald I think is also like a fictional biography. It's not a biography, non-fiction. So I think what I'm going to do, did you just hear that come out of my mouth? Because I did. Anyway, what I'm going to do is don't fall over books. Please don't. Don't do it. Brief Answers to the Big Questions by Stephen Hawking, because I've had this book in my possession for a long time and I would like to have some answers. I would like some answers. And then I think I'm also going to pick The Night Ocean by Paul Farge, because I've been eyeing this on my bookshelf for a really long time and I think it's about time I get around to reading it. And then lastly, but not least, don't fall over books, please. Please don't fall over. Thank you. Letters of Note on Cats, compiled by Shaun Usher, for a short little bookie for me to read, because the rest of the books I've picked for myself, naturally, since I think I read so quickly, are all quite big. Well, some of them. I mean, my Year of Rest and Relaxation and The Waiter are not that big either, but the others are all quite long. Why did I do this to myself? I don't know, but I have done it to myself now, and I'm going to have to stick to it. So I'm going to, at least I have 3 relatively short books that I can read. So I'm going to set these books down on my bedside table. My bookshelf looks so sad now. There's so little colour and so few books on there now. I am a little bit sad looking at it, but as I read those books I will add them back onto the shelf and it'll look better again. And also I will probably buy books at some point in the future again, so it will get fuller. But for now I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the last book is at my sister's place. 10 books that I need to read before the end of the year, which means I have 5 days to read each book. Some of them, for instance, the Letters of Note book, I think won't even take me 5 days to read. And some of them might take me a little bit longer to read because they're a bit bigger. So, but on average I have 5 days per book. Why did I do this to myself, you may ask? I don't know, but I have done it to myself. And if I am going to reach my goal, which I am very, I was going to say tempted. No, I'm adamant that I'm going to reach my goal. I am going to have to get on with it. So let me stop yapping at you and start reading something. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you all again next week with another one. Cheers.